What does it mean to feel yourself as not the doer? That sounds cool.
I think it's the taking the step back, like you're saying, like the slowing down. Because like, oh, there's a thing that's happening right now. And the part that wants to push forward is the one that thinks, once I get some kind of result, then I'll be happy, or
Hmm.
then things will be fine. And then,
Hmm.
you know,
And you're the
unicorns
one
and rainbows.
pushing it all and making it happen, and you're the one that's going to
Exactly.
get the benefit of the results,
Yes.
and
And
you're
then
the one that's
everything,
going to be happy and enjoy
yes,
it.
and worthy of love, and everything's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah. So I think it's the watching, like the disengaging, because it's almost like it like hooks you in, right? And then
Yes.
you're like it's like a and then you're like
Yeah.
you just whoop, oh.
Yeah, no, that's so good. It's interesting how easy it is to get hooked. It's what is it? It's really like getting getting that submersive virtual reality thing, you know? So I got the goggles on, I got the earpiece on, I got the synaptic suit on.
And then at first you're like, okay, okay, okay. And
Yeah,
then like something exciting happens and like, oh, and then you forget.
totally submersive, yeah. And then to remember to remember too, it's not I'm all the way out too. It's just I remember I'll take my earpieces out and then I'll be able to be hear the silence, or I'll take the goggles off and be able to see something differently, so to speak, figuratively.
Yeah. And then I
But
think also after you get yourself to unhook, like after you catch yourself, I think it's also kind of challenging to then not berate yourself for
mm,
getting
what?
hooked in the first place, or like not catching it fast enough, or
Hmm.
whatever it is.
Like, ah, I did it again. I thought I was past this.
Yeah.
Come on. Thought you figured this out already. The same lesson for the last 50 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for me.
Yeah. Like there's this uh so like I'm working at the school clinic. I'm being and it's so funny how so when I first enrolled in school, I went to get seen as a patient. Like this is my third term as a full-time student, and my first term interning in the clinic. But before that, so during my very first term, I came in as a patient and got seen by this practitioner. It turns out he's the husband of one of our professors and who teaches the classes. And he's like very well educated, like when actually has the Ayurvedic doctor level education from a school in India.
Mm,
Because in America, the highest thing that you can call yourself is a practitioner.
hmm.
So yeah, so he's got a lot of experience and whatever. But then when I got seen, like I didn't know what it was, but I had this weird feeling from him, right? Like, oh yeah, this like something's off.
Hmm.
And then I went in for a follow-up, and then I still got that same feeling like, no, because like after your first experience of like not being sure, you kind of I don't know about you, but like especially for women, it's easy to be like, maybe it's me. There's something I saw, whatever, and then
You're
try
doubting
again
yourself
and
at first.
exactly, yeah, yeah. And then even after the second one, I was like, no, there's still something off about this whole, like, no, this. And then so I didn't go back. And then out of, I think there's like 6, 7 people that work in the clinic. And then of course I get assigned to the shift that has him
Oh yeah.
as my preceptor. I mean,
Okay.
there's two, they alternate. week by week. And the other lady, I mean, I don't, she's not amazing, like, but she's so great because she's not the other guy, right?
Mhm.
And then as I was observing him in the thing, I figured out what it was. He does this thing where he presses on everybody's stomach really hard and
Uh-huh.
then gaslights them into saying that he's not pressing very hard and that they have abdominal tenderness.
Uh-huh.
And I see, like, I'm already getting hooked. I could feel the emotion, like the
Uh-huh.
injustice, the same feeling that I get trying to sit through a Catholic or a traditional Christian thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's like I was wronged and they are harming other people and
Mhm.
I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Like I almost like there was this one I think it was like maybe week 3 or week 2 when there was another lady that came in, like very, very kind lady. And he pressed on her stomach so hard. She like,
Hmm.
and I was like, I wanted to say something so bad, but like,
Hmm.
it, yeah,
Yeah, he's just doing his thing.
I think it's abusive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and then and then, on Wednesday when I went in, because 2 of the other girls that are in my same cohort work there normally on Wednesdays. That's my favorite professor, by the way.
Uh,
Wednesdays are the best ones. It's the best one. And they asked me, so yeah, so how are your preceptors? And then I was like, Meng is great.
yeah.
And then like nothing, right? And then they all just kind of laughed.
Yeah.
And then I told them about this whole thing. And yeah, I watched myself get so worked up, right? And like even as I'm unhooking, I'm like, oh, maybe that was too much. Maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. Maybe I should, blah, 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 all
Mhm.
this stories coming up. And then that again is another hook, right?
Right. You get hooked. You're like, dang it. And then you
And
get
then you
mad. Then you
unhook,
get
and
hooked
then
that
you're
you
hooked
got
again.
hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got hooked. I'm hooked.
Which is why I was like, yeah. So like, what's your strategy? Oh, and then I'm now remembering what you had said about every strategy is still another hook, basically, and
Hmm.
until you can use it to not until you don't need it anymore.
Yeah. The thorn analogy of using the thorns to take out the thorns. Yeah. I think for me in those situations, because I have countless of those. It's like my every day is getting hooked in some way, and then
You're
getting
not
hooked on.
enlightened yet.
Well, there's the question.
Kidding.
Yes, but who is I? That's the real question. As long as I think that Javon is going to get enlightened, I'm going to be on on the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Because Javon's never going to make it, which is sad because I had such high hopes for Javon. The good news is that I'm not Javon, and the good news is, even though Sue's never going to make it, you're not Sue, and so goes back to the classic question of who am I?
Yeah.
And if you can contextualize everything in that idea, then you'll see that you're hooked, being hooked, and being less than, and messing up again and again and again is just a part of the character. And there's some character development. It's not a bad thing. You can definitely learn stuff. You can be more social, and you can accomplish things and all that stuff that characters do. But to be free, it's not a character's job.
Mhm.
Freedom and ultimate identity, it's not possible for the character. And so that's why it's another hook. That's why it's another thorn, because only the ego wants to be free. It's not a concept for reality because you can't not be free. It's true, when you're talking about our true nature. And so me wanting to get rich and me wanting to be enlightened is the same egoic structure of I'm not where I want to be. I want to be somewhere else.
Mm.
And so if you think of it that way, then I don't need to change my Shiesty Ayurvedic practitioner, whatever he is, that's doing things that he may or may not know. Like it might be just a habit that he has. I've seen people do obvious things and they're like, no, it's not what I'm doing. Like, yeah, that's what you're doing. Maybe he knows it, maybe he doesn't, maybe it's part of his thing. Who knows, right? But obviously, from the outside perspective, which is really helpful for any of us to have outside perspective, but you gotta listen to it. So he's obviously stopped listening, and just like any of us that stops listening and we become the teacher, you stop being able to teach if you're not a learner. Teach, learn. It has to be. It always has to go hand in hand. And if you're not able to teach others and you're just a student, well, then you're really not learning it either. Both of those, you have to have both. You have to be both for it to be the actual thing that brings life. And so maybe he stopped because he's figured it out, and that's become stagnant, and you become delusional and lost in your. You become lost in your lie. It's really a lie. It's a lie to say I am this.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's even a lie to say I am a man or a woman or a Javon. Like that's a lie. But I am a teacher. It's a lie within a lie within a lie. It's delusional. You play your role. I'm playing my role. That's fine, but just don't be confused that it's true.
Mm.
And so we can hold it all lightly. And if I hold it all lightly, then I'm able to let it go as it comes instead of trying to make it so. I don't
Mm.
have to take it serious. That's the key. If I take anything seriously, then death creeps in and separation. So I have to take it all lightly. It's not serious. No matter
Mm.
what it is, it's still not serious. And I can still try to save a body from not dying and still not have to make it serious, even though I can give myself 100% and throw myself into it with everything I have, and I still don't have to take it seriously, because the moment I take it seriously, internally, it's a life and death thing, and I can't not have one outcome happen. I can't not do it, and then I suffer.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's my big problem, and I think that's a lot of people's problem, is they hold certain things seriously, and it changes in severity. My kid right now has to go to cyber school, and that's like a serious problem. But I'll be like, these guys are not looking both ways when they cross the alley, and that's a serious problem. They're gonna get hit by a car, or Kobe, my dog, got off his leash in traffic. That's a serious problem. And at the moment I give myself to the seriousness, I suffer. I
Mm.
even think back on Kobe getting off the leash and it happening again, and I suffer all over again. And it's painful. And so do I have to suffer? Which the suffering was really happening. It's holding on to the idea of this pain and saying it shouldn't happen, and I battle with this thing that shouldn't happen, and you can't do anything about it because it's just this idea. It's like don't think of a purple elephant. It's like don't think of a purple elephant. It's been planted there, and so there's no choice about it. It's a thought that you can't control, which are all of our thoughts. That's another whole conversation, right? Are your thoughts your own? I don't think they are. So if you can't control your thoughts, try to stop thinking. I can't stop thinking. Well, I'm immediately doomed if I have to stop thinking.
Yeah, talking this out with you is making me is reminding me that, because I almost sent an email to the person in charge of clinic saying that he's abusing patients.
Yeah.
Basically. But of course, I was gonna write it in a very diplomatic, curious way. Like, I noticed this thing that was happening, and so I just don't know. There's ways to say it so that you don't sound whatever. But like, that was basically the intent behind it. Like, he's a villain and he has to be stopped.
Yep.
But
At all cost.
yeah. And then I was even thinking, like, do I need to bring it up to him myself? And like, that's the question that I posed to my friends that in my school that asked me, right? And when I went off, I was like, what should I do? Like, it's like no one's done anything. Because there was the girl, actually the girl that was there as at my level student when I went into clinic, she was there on Wednesday. So she heard me tell this whole story and she was like, yeah, I do remember being there when that happened to you. And I do notice he does that basically, but she didn't say anything. And I am noticing that that tends to be most people. Most people don't say anything. Sue doesn't roll like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then I was recognizing too, like, just like we don't want to change this dude, we also don't want to change Sue. Right?
Well, just remember, it's not changing or not changing. It's the seriousness or the have to of it to be okay. And so there's nothing wrong with saying something about what you think is an injustice or not working. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it has to be said in truth, which is not as...
What is truth? It's not going to be true either way. That's the point. But you do the best you can.
Truth of like oneness and truth of like, that person is not my enemy. That person is my brother.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, and it's like a good thing to think, well, he's doing the best he can, and I think it sucks still, but it is the best he can, and I'm going to say something. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when you think of it that way, he's doing the best he can. It kind of lowers the edge a little bit. Like, he sucks. He's doing the best he can. He's been doing this forever. He got stuck in his ways.
Yeah.
I still think he sucks though, so I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
So then it's a matter of, what do I think is the highest good? Because there's ultimate reality, which everything's fine. The guru, ultimate reality, they just kind of step out. And they're like, hey, all this stuff is me. I am all this stuff. I don't need to change anything. I'm going to go sit in the cave and meditate. Okay, well, that's great. But some of us are in this role of engaging in life in a different way. We're more of a householder. So we're in relationships, and we have kids, and we have jobs, and we have these roles, and we're learning how to do activities and all that stuff. But the householder uses all that activity as catalyst, as stimulus, to be able to recognize all of our ideas of separation. The purpose of it still is to let it go. That's the purpose of it. And go for your goal as a householder, not just a consumer or someone who's trying to accomplish and win the world. But if you're a householder, you still go for your goals. You still try to do the best you can. You still try to achieve these things and learn the thing. And but in the meantime, you're letting go of your judgments as you do it. And so if you see something, say something. There's nothing wrong with that. But stay aware. Like, okay, what happens if I say something like this? Am I supporting the system? Because you look at it in a different way, especially medicine in general. They compare all new medicine with placebo. Why? Because placebo is the thing that is the most consistent out of all medicine, all of it. And so
Mm-hmm.
if someone comes into their Ayurvedic doctor and they believe that his touch is going to heal them, most of the time, I think they're going to get healed, because who is the healer? We are the healer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are the healer all the time. I think placebo is 100%. It's
Mm-hmm.
according to your beliefs, according to your faith, you are healed. And I just think and the reason I think that ultimately is because it's all from us. The universe is from us, and so we get these microcosms of that in our separate character. And so, is he a crackpot? Gaslighting people? Maybe, but it's the faith of the patient that is making them well. And they're coming in and they believe, if I can be touched, just like if I'm touched by Jesus, I'm going to be made well. And so, is my vigilante activity going to hinder that by making somebody unavailable, even if he's a crackpot? I don't know, maybe. If I was doing something that wasn't working, would I want to know? I would want to know. Is he that person? I don't know. How would you know? Well, by saying something. But if you say something as an attack, it's very different than if you say something like, curious, I want to help. This is what I'm noticing. Am I off? Tell me what you think.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, you want to read something or be good?
I think it is interesting that the next section that we are on is false versus true healing.
Oh, stinking doctor, beat it. All
Maybe
right,
we can try a paragraph
let's
and
do it.
then,
Yeah.
all right. False healing merely makes a poor exchange of one illusion for a nicer one, a dream of sickness for a dream of health.
Mhm.
This can occur at lower forms of prayer, combining with forgiveness, kindly meant, but not completely understood as yet. Only false healing can give way to fear, so sickness will be free to strike again. False healing can indeed remove a form of pain and sickness, but the cause remains and will not lack effects. The cause is still the wish to die and overcome the Christ. And with this wish is death a certainty, for prayer is answered. Yet there is a kind of seeming death that has a different source. It does not come because of hurtful thoughts and raging anger at the universe. It merely signifies the end has come for uselessness, for usefulness of body functioning. And so it is discarded as a choice, as one lays by a garment now unworn,
Mm.
outworn.
Yeah, that garment is the body.
Mm,
It's basically uh, the healing is the magic, right? I
mm,
don't have this symptom anymore, and but I'm still my body, and I'm still, uh, you know, have enemies.
fragile.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And the wish to die and overcome the Christ, that's the whole I'm a separate being.
Hmm. Yeah, because if I can die, that means that there is something to die, which means I am real. And the egoic structure is actually bigger than just my little separate ego. It's there's only one real ego, the idea that I can be separate, and that one ego has spawned the universe and the planets, the sun, the stars and the planets and everything on the planets, which is all of us. And so if any of it could die, then it's real.
Mm, okay. I feel like there's a question, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So,
This is life.
okay. All right, we got one paragraph in.
Dang, we're good.
Thank you, Javon. Appreciate
Yeah.
you taking the time.
Oh, of course. It's my pleasure always. Have a good day
You
and
too.
go get them.
Thank you. I think he's the one in charge tomorrow too.
Oh,
So.
dang. Yeah. Well, just know that you can't mess it up too much. And the more
Yeah.
you mess it up, the more you have things to observe. So it's all going to be okay. You're doing a good
Thank
job.
you. All right. Have a good one.
See you soon.